Getting a new puppy or dog is a very exciting time, and I look forward to the time when I can go out and explore the world with that four-legged family member. There's nothing I like more than being able to simply go for a hike, let my dog enjoy these wide open spaces, and go for a run. No leash, just letting them sniff, enjoy the world. But the moment that leash comes off, they're free to make all the decisions. Oftentimes in our haste to give our dogs too much freedom too soon, the dogs don't have the skills to understand how to listen when they're out in the big wide world without that leash attached. In today's video, I'm going to give you 3 skills that my dogs must have before I ever think about unclipping that leash. I'm Steve. Welcome back to McCann Dogs. In our minds, we feel our dogs will just stay with us. I mean, they love us. We give them food, we give them great comfy beds, but the reality is dogs don't actually work that way. Dogs are self-serving. They do what's most rewarding to them in the moment. That's one of the great things about them. If it feels good, they just do it. The problem is some of those things that feel good can either put them or you in danger. And having the ability to redirect them and get refocused on you is key before I ever give them that kind of freedom. We've all seen or experienced that happy-go-lucky dog running towards us full steam with that owner behind them calling their name frantically over and over, and finally yelling, "It's okay, he's friendly," as he comes over well-meaning to say hi to you and your dog. Having a solid response to name is the first skill that my dogs must have before I ever think about unclipping that leash. So how can you develop a great response to name with your dog? Well, let's head inside and I can give you some tips on how you can start building that great response to name right now. Good dogs. Teaching your dog to respond to their name every time is all about associations and creating a positive association with that sound, because that's all it is to the dog. It's a sound. So saying your dog's name and then giving them a reward, and saying your dog's name and giving them a reward, and repeating that over and over and over is going to help them understand there's value for that sound. Rewards come in all sorts of forms. You can use food to reward your dog, you could use a toy to reward your dog, or your praise in your pet or play. All of those things are things that are motivating to your dog, and your dog may prefer one over the other. Oftentimes though, food is a great currency to use to build quick response and keep dogs engaged. Now, let's look around. I am in a sterile environment with very few distractions with one of my dogs who, yes, is already trained. But here's the thing, to all you people who say, well, of course it's a trained dog and there are no distractions, that's exactly the point. Good dog training is all about setting up your dog for success and then repeating that success over and over and over again. And that's what's going to solidify their understanding of what to do when they hear those commands. So what's our first step? Creating an association of value with that response to name. So Final's here, I've got him on leash, I've got some great treats. I'm just gonna say his name and feed him. Final, yes, good. Final, yes. Final, yes, good. Final, yes. I have food in my hand. He knows I have food in my hand, but he's starting to pair together that when he hears his name, good things happen. Final. Now I can do the exact same thing with a toy. I've got his toy here. He absolutely knows I have it. Again, that's the point. I'm gonna say his name, he's already looking. I'm gonna say yes, and we're gonna have a party. Final, yes, get it, get it, get it. Good boy, excellent job, good, out. Final, yes, good, get it, good. Final, get it, good, out. Yes, good boy. Okay, get it, yes, good boy, good, excellent job, good, out. Okay, get it, good, excellent, good boy, good, out. Yes, good boy, that's my guy. Now, obviously, he's not actually responding to his name. He's looking at me. He is just learning that good things happen when he hears that sound. So how do we make it harder? Well, after a few repetitions of that, I'm just gonna let him look around the world, and the moment his eyes leave me, I'm gonna say his name. Of course, because of the association I built through those earlier repetitions, he's gonna go, wait a second, I know that sound, and I know that good things happen. The moment he does, I'm gonna say yes, I'm gonna get out my food and reward, I can get out my toy and reward, or I can just take off and run and play with him. All of those things are gonna build his understanding that good things happen when he hears his name. Final, yes, good boy, hooray, excellent, good boy. Final, yes, good boy. Final, yes, good boy, what a good puppy dog, hooray, good job, okay. Final, yeah, oh, good try. Okay, here's a perfect example of what often happens. So there was something he looked at over there and I said his name and he kind of checked back with me, but then looked at that distraction again and almost didn't respond. It's important how we follow through at this point. I don't want to keep saying his name over and over and over again and give him the opportunity to ignore that. So all I'm going to do is repeat his name one more time and then either give him a little touch or a little bump on the leash, and then I can yes and I can back away and I can praise. But what I'm not going to do is repeat his name and not do something to ensure that he does respond. How I'm going to help him though is I'm going to move a little bit further away from whatever that sound was or that thing that got distracting to him to help him be a little bit more successful. Again, good dog training is all about setting up your dog to be successful more often than not. So take a couple of steps away. What's that thing over there? Final. Yes, good boy. That's what I want. Excellent boy. Good job. Hooray. Now I'm going to give him 2 or 3 treats for that because he worked really hard at that one. So again, I'll move a little closer. Final. Yes, good boy. That's what I want. Good job. Excellent work. Final. Ha, good boy. Ah, that's better. Good job. Hooray. Final. Yes, good. Good boy. The step that we make from here is a really, really important one, and this is where most training falls off the rails. People think because their dog responds so well in these quiet and distraction-free environments that they can go outside and they're going to get the exact same response from your dog. That's just not the case. We've got these distractions out here on the floor, and as we were working through these early stages, we added a new one each time to add a little bit more level to the distraction while keeping the dog successful every time. And you may find that's a little give and take as your dog is able to respond. Adding a few more distractions, if it's getting a little bit too difficult, move a little bit further away or remove some of those distractions. But it's important now we take this foundation and apply it in much more distracting environments outside. Now that we've done some of that foundation training inside in a really quiet environment, it's time to make it harder. Now, we've done a couple of things. I've gone to a space that's still quite controlled. It's a fenced yard. You can use any sort of area. And I'm also using a long line now. I want to give my dog a little bit of room to explore, but still be able to work closely if need be. So I'm going to let him explore. Final. Yes, good boy. What a good puppy dog. Excellent job. Now again, he got distracted by the world. I called his name. He turned. Yes, and then I can praise and reward. And I'm going to adjust that as he can be successful. So if he gets a little too distracted, I'll work a little closer. If he was successful like he was there, I'll let him have a little bit more freedom. Okay, let's go. Final. Yes, good. Excellent boy. So again, one call, he turns, I yes, we have a little reward. Okay. Final. Yes, good boy. What a good job. Good. Get it, get it, get it. Good. He had a great response on that one. So I'm going to have a little party with him. I'm going to have him a little tug and play. Good. Out. Good. Basically, as he's more successful, final, the more freedom he gets. And I'm helping him to be successful each and every time. Final. Yes, good. Good boy. Good. Good boy. Excellent. Final. Yes, good boy. Hooray. What a good puppy dog. The world is full of very interesting things to your dogs, and being able to use your voice to redirect them away from those things is really crucial in their safety and their ability to function in the world. Things like animal droppings and garbage or even sticks, if the dogs get into them, can be pretty darn dangerous. Teaching a solid leave it, which means turn away from what you're looking at and check back in with me, can really help in those moments when they do get distracted by things out in the real world. So I've got my 2 dogs here back on leash. We literally just talked about distractions in the world, and we've come across a part in this field where there's a lot of activity. It looks like a lot of coyote activity, and it looks like they've had a little meal over there. So this is stuff that can come up when you're out with your dog. And again, the moment that leash is off, they're free to make those decisions. There was obviously a deer that was here at one point. So being able to use my voice to redirect them away from these distractions is so important when they're out in the world. It's not always the distractions that you can predict. It's stuff like this that is just going to happen. How do we teach leave it with this high level of distraction? Well, that teaching doesn't start out here. It starts inside with some really basic distractions. Leave it is another command that my dogs really need to understand 100% before I ever think about taking them off leash and letting them run free. I want my dogs to be able to respond to my voice and turn away from things that they shouldn't get. You know, we saw it in the park there. There are things that will come up in your dog's life that you really need them to turn away from. Whether it's a little dog or a big dog like Sky here, it's really important that we teach them these commands. I especially focus on this with my big dogs because, let's face it, if she wants to do something, there's not much I can do to prevent her. She's 130 pounds, a big, strong dog, and if she wants to pull on the leash and yank me somewhere, she's going to. So I really focus on these foundation exercises in these quiet environments to help her understand what to do out in the real world. So what can you do to start teaching your dog Leave It right now? Well, we're in this, again, very quiet environment with very low distractions, and I'm gonna set some things that are somewhat interesting out to her, and I'm gonna show her how to respond to that command. I've got some great food with me. This dog really likes food. I'm gonna let her look at these distractions, and then I'm immediately going to give her that Leave It command, and I'm gonna turn her away with the food and reward her and move away. This is, again, building the association that when you hear this command, here's what to do. Leave it. Yes, good. Excellent girl. Good job. Leave it. Yes, good girl. Hooray. What a good puppy dog. Leave it. Yes, good. Leave it. Yes, good. Now, I want to highlight something really important there. That time, I got the leave out, leave it, and her head was already starting to turn around. She went, oh, wait a second. When I hear that, I'm supposed to turn and move with the person. That's exactly what I want from her. We condition the response 2, 3, 4 times. She starts to anticipate that the reward is coming when she hears that command. Dogs will start to pick it up quickly if you're consistent about it. Obviously, Skye is a trained dog and she understands this command, but I've worked on this since the day that she came home. The point I'm trying to make here is doing these steps with your young dogs is what's going to show them what to do. So once they're starting to get this sort of response and learn to turn when they hear the command, I'm gonna test her a little bit, okay? And you can do this with your dog. Once you've done several repetitions of that Leave It lure, come up towards these distractions and say Leave It and see what happens. If your dog responds, which chances are they're probably going to because you've conditioned that response, you're gonna say yes, you're gonna have a party and you're gonna reward them. Leave it. Yay, good girl, excellent, good job. What a good puppy dog, good girl, that's my girl. Leave it. Yes, good, excellent work, good puppers, yay. Obviously we are in a quiet environment and we're using distractions that are really static. We can control how close and how distracting they are, but she's starting to get a response and understand what I want her to do. So this is when you can start to make it harder, and with you and your dog, once you get to this point, don't be afraid to make those distractions a little bit harder. Try the same thing outside where, again, you're controlling the distance from the distractions, and if it goes south, don't worry about it. Move a little bit further away from those distractions and help your dog to be successful. Good girl. Third, and probably the most important command that my dogs need to have 100% before I ever think about letting them off leash, okay, is a recall or a come command. And come has a very specific meaning to me. It means literally turn on a dime the moment you hear it and run back to me as fast as you possibly can. Come! Good dogs, right here, excellent job. Come here, Daddy, good dog, here, pal. Right here, right here. So what are the foundation steps that you can do right now to help build your dog's response to that come command? As I mentioned outside, I have a very specific meaning for the word come. It is my emergency command, and it means run back to me as fast as you possibly can the moment you hear it. And I can't tell you how handy it's been in my dog's lives over the number of years that something came up that I didn't see or they got interested in, and for their own safety, they had to run back to me so that I could gain control of them. Foundation exercises or games that we play for our recall can really make the difference between one that has the dog running back to you really, really quickly, or just kind of ambling back on their own sweet time. Making it fun and making it a game is what builds the drive. Now again, we're going to use some food, you can definitely use a toy, you can use whatever motivates your dog most, but we're going to build an association with that come command. Now it's similar in response to the dog's hearing their name, but what I'm going to do to make it even more fun and build that drive is the moment she does respond, I'm going to take off and run and have her chase me, and we're going to have a little party. Now I've got food here ready to go, and I'm going to let her know that I have it, and I'm going to get her excited. Are you ready? Are you set? And when I feel she's excited and interested in me, I'm going to say come. I'm going to take this hand away. I'm going to take off and run. Okay, ready? Are you set? Come. Yes, good girl. Excellent. Good girl. Very nice. Hooray. What a good girl. Get it. Good. I'm going to move back. I'm going to do it again. So I take a hold of her collar. Are you ready? Are you set? Do you want this thing? Come. Yes, good. Excellent girl. Good job. Hooray. Very, very good. And you can see she loves this game. She loves to chase. She loves to move with me. And she's building that association. And when she hears that command, she needs to get to me quickly. Sit, come. Yes, good. Sit, come. Sit, come. Yes, sit, come. Yes, good. If your dog happens to be more toy motivated, of course you can incorporate that into this recall game as well. This dog loves to tug, so I'm going to show the same thing and I'm going to take the exact same steps. I've got a hold of her collar, I'm going to show her that toy, and when she's good and ready and I feel her pushing into me, You're gonna say come, you're gonna back away and let her have a party. Are you ready? Are you set? Come. Yes, good girl, excellent, good girl, hooray, what a good puppy dog, good. And again, her reward is having this great tug and play. Now that we've done some of those recall foundation games inside, we're gonna make it a little bit more distracting. Again, we're outside, I've got a leash on, but we're not out in the free world where he can go anywhere. The leash is there to keep him focused on me. I'm gonna get my great treats out and we're gonna play that straight recall game. Are you ready? Are you set? Come. Yes, good boy, excellent, very good boy. And I'm gonna bring him in real close, move away and do it again. Are you ready, buddy? Are you ready? Are you set? Come. Yes, good, excellent, good boy, hooray, good. And you can see how excited he's getting and learning to respond really quickly and drive into me. It's important that you take the time to teach your dog at least these 3 skills. Have them really solid in their understanding, then you can afford to give them that kind of freedom. There's nothing better than going for a walk and having your dogs go for a run and simply enjoying the world. But it all starts with that foundation training on those 3 important skills. As professional dog trainers, we know the importance of teaching all of these foundation exercises so that our dogs are reliable when off leash. And if you'd like one of our McCann Dogs instructors to answer your questions and give you advice for your dog, check out our Life Skills online training program. The link is in the description below. Now, if you have a young dog that you're still working on those walking on leash foundation skills, check out that video right there where you can learn how to change the rules on your walking. And on that note, I'm Steve. This is Jet. That's final. Happy training.